to steal things.
Yeah. You don't think if you had $100 on you and you said no, he wouldn't stab you? Absolutely, he would.
I get that, but I mean, I think there's also I don't know. Let me ask you this: drug addict comes into your house.
Yeah, I didn't know drug addicts had a really high reputation of being morally correct. But go ahead.
I thought drug addicts had a reputation when they broke into a house that were just trying to smash.
Well, yeah, if they break into your house at 10 o'clock in the morning when no one's supposed to be home, then absolutely correct. If they break into your house at 10 o'clock at night when everyone is home,
that means they're accepting the risk. And
absolutely.
They might be willing to fight you.
Absolutely they will. All right, I got one more for you.
All right, go ahead. No, I keep thinking about that case years ago from Marblehead where they thought there was this brilliant cat burglar, and it turned out to be just a kid strung out on drugs who was just sneaking in and grabbing stuff and no?
No. You're a social justice guy.
Yes,
homeless people. Are they friend or foe?
Both.
Let's say you go to this local CVS, there's a guy out there bumming money.
Yep.
Do you give him a buck? You give him a quarter? What do you do? Tell him to screw?
I don't. I don't tell him to screw, but I don't give him the money.
Okay.
I give the money to organizations. I know. And I'll explain it to him. And what I'll do is if he really is pressuring me, I will explain it to him until he's so tired of listening to me. He'll be just like, fine. I'll sleep over great.
I agree with you on that, but I'm going to give you a situation that happened to me when I was in law enforcement. I used to every once in a while, and I still do, give a homeless person or a buck or two, whatever. I used to give a homeless person money, a young kid, and after a year of giving him money, there was a call. I was in the middle of the street dealing with some people. They were giving me a hard time. I was outnumbered. And here comes the homeless person walking down the street. He was a young kid, big kid, young kid.
Yep.
And he came in to my aid and he helped me.
Yes.
All right?
Yep.
Now, same situation. You're getting your ass kicked and you tell the kid to fuck off. I ain't giving you money. Yep. Is he going to help you going down the road? Probably not. I'm not saying befriend homeless people who have drug issues and that, but my experience has been that if you give them a little bit of money once in a while, you recognize them, you talk to them, you treat them as humans, they might just pay you back someday.
To wrap this up, how about some just bullet points, rules on the street? I'm a citizen. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Yep. I'm out. What should I do?
There's basic 5 rules of the street. The first one would be don't humiliate the bad guy. Because if you humiliate the bad guy, if you belittle the bad guy in front of other people, their egos are very fragile, so you can make the situation worse. For instance, the homeless guy walks up and says, hey, aren't you Dave Rattigan, the funny comedian?
Yep.
You're like, well, as a matter of fact, I am. Would you give me a buck? And you're like, fuck you, you homeless maggot.
Yep.
Guess what happens?
Yep.
You just embarrassed the guy. You just humiliated him.
Yep.
Now you could have took that situation and made it 100 times worse, and now he's going to come after you. Yep. So don't ever humiliate anyone on the street.
I wouldn't do that anyway. I can't believe you'd say I'd do it for a reason like that. I just treat people with respect.
There you go. You got to have a plan?
We're all God's children.
Yeah.
We're all God's children. Have a plan. Go ahead.
Have a plan.
That's the second.
You got to have a plan. You got to visualize beforehand. You got to mentally rehearse I'm going into the mall. I'm going to rehearse going to the mall. I'm going to rehearse coming out of the mall, walking to my car. What will I do if I run into a bad guy?
Are you saying this at all hours?
I rehearse all the time still. I rehearse. I'm going out jogging. Someone gives me a hard time. I got a gun in my pocket. What am I going to do?
I see you.
I always rehearse, always visualize.
I see you rehearsing more like, what was Robert De Niro's character in Taxi Driver? Anyway, moving on. So have a plan, visualize before, and this goes to, I tell you this, and it drives me a little bit crazy. I understand why, but it drives me a little crazy. I'm walking down this. I'm walking through the parking lot at the college late at night because I teach night classes, and a woman or a girl a woman is going the other way. A young woman or an older woman is coming the other direction, and they will cross the street.
Absolutely.
And I think to myself,
they're looking at you and they're getting a vibe and saying, "Wow." Level 3 sex offender coming my way.
I tell you what they're seeing. They're seeing a male.
Yeah, that's all. They're just seeing a male.
And I look. You know what I think? I think to myself, you're going to cross the street, and yet you're wearing dark clothes in a dark parking lot. Where are your safety colors? Yeah. Where are the safety colors? Anyway, so you're saying have a plan. Like, I'm going to do this if this happens.
Absolutely.
And this is the sort of thing. I go to the game with my daughter. I go to a game with my daughter, and I say, stick close to me. Don't leave.
And if we get lost or you get lost, go to this concession booth.
Yes.
Or whatever, go to the hot dog booth and you might see Uncle Jim over there grabbing some hot dogs. Say hi to him, all right?
If we get separated, you can find me at the beer stand. All right, so have a plan. Okay.
Deny privacy And that's the secondary crime scene. Don't let anyone take you from an area where there are potential helpers. You're a girl at a college party and some guy says, hey, you want to go upstairs with me? And you walk upstairs and there's a lot of loud music. Now you're in a room. Now you're in a private area.
Yep.
You're walking down the street. You're a young girl. Hey, get in the car. There's a lot of cars going by, potential helpers.
Yep.
Now you get into the car, secondary crime scene, private location. Don't ever let anyone take you from an area where there are potential helpers into a private location.
Number 1, don't humiliate the bad guy. Number 2, visualize, have a plan beforehand. Number 3, deny privacy. Do not leave a main area to go somewhere else.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And the last 2, attract attention. Yell, scream, bite, yell fire, yell help. Whatever you have to yell to get attention. To get
Whistle, anything like that. Anything you can do to create noise.
The bad guy doesn't want anyone to know what's happening.
Yep.
So if you're yelling and screaming and people are waking up or people are looking in your area,
And
they may or may not help you. I'm not saying they're going to help you. Some people won't help you.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
And that leads us to the last one. Take action. Run or fight.
Yeah.
Whatever your instinct is. If you're instinctively a fighter, then that's what's going to come out. Or if you're instinctively a runner, then that's fine too.
What if you're instinctively a runner, but you're really slow? You're really
that's a good. If you can't really run away, then you better become a fighter at that moment.
All right.
But if it's not your instinct, it's going to be hard to do under pressure.
I'm going to invite my friend Jim over. I'm going to practice kicking him in the nuts. All right. So that's.
You did. I think you probably would have survived a night on the town in Boston with some of these.
I probably would have.
You answered these questions pretty good,
Well,
Dave.
I'll tell you the other one, and I don't know if this works or not, but I always think having, and I know that this can backfire because it's like any kind of hubris, it can backfire. I've had my first wife. There've been so many, but I remember this one. But she used to say, "Well, I'm from Lynn. I'm from Lynn." Like she was from Lynn, so therefore she could walk around at night, like it made her invisible.
Yeah.
And
False confidence is what she had.
yeah, it was false confidence, and I've always thought the fact that I'm big.
You're a big dude,
I'm
man.
a big guy. If you're going to mess with me, it's like, who are you going to mess with, me or somebody who's a little smaller, a little slighter? Like if I'm looking at you.
Yeah, bullies usually go after the easier prey.
And you're what are you, 6'2"?
6'2".
You're 6'2", so you're not an easy prey. But if you were,
But I look kind of wimpy, though.
well, the other thing, you're lean. I'm trying to figure it out.
kinda
Like, if I'm
wimpy.
looking at you or me, I'm thinking to myself, it's sort of like I'd look if we were in the jungle.
Yeah.
I would look at you and I would think, he's probably fast. We'd probably be easy to kill, but there's not much meat on him. We wouldn't eat for very long. If we look at me, it'd be like he's big. He might be very tough to kill, and he's probably fatty. It's probably not good food, but boy, we would eat for a long time. That would taste good. That would taste good. So I think they'd be more likely to kill me.
Yeah, they might be, Dave. You're
Yeah.
right. Unfortunately.
That's sad. That's why I don't go. That's why I don't go on safari. That's good. That's good news. I mean, not good news. That's good information. Good. It's bad news. Good information.
We're here to help, brother. We are just here to help.
Yeah, and no matter what Dale says, unless you're trained with a firearm and comfortable, don't carry a gun while you go jogging. This has been Inside the Line, Real Stories by Real Cops. I'm Dave Rattigan. That's Dale Lawrence. If you like us, share us, and we'll see you next time.